Nathan, what are your overall thoughts on that one?
Yeah, not pretty, but sometimes good teams find a way, and I think we're showing right now that we're playing some good football as a team, and when you're struggling in one area, the other parts, can pick you up, and I think our defense did that tonight. So, hats off to them, especially on a team that a couple of weeks ago put 50 on them. That's a great response. It's a heck of a response, and so, yeah, things for me, I got to clean up for sure. Can't, not gonna expect win a lot of games with 3 turnovers, but we got a great supporting staff, a lot of people around me that are really, really good players, and they picked me up tonight.
Talk to me about that defense. Not only did they come up big in the end with the sack that forced the turnover, but they limited Toronto's run game to 28 yards, forced them into 3 really long field goals, 3 of 5 field goals. What did you see from that defense as you're watching on the sidelines?
I think they're getting to the ball a lot better. I think that's something that Buck's been harping on in practice is rallying to the ball, finishing the play, and I think that the effort has been tremendous last couple of weeks, and they just you see it in practice too. Like the energy is, we have had a lot of competitive practices lately, and they're bringing it every single day, and we're making each other better, and a little bit of a different vibe from earlier in the year, which is awesome. And so I think as a team, I think we're continuing to get better, and it's not always going to be pretty in this league. There's too many good teams out there. Toronto's a very good team, happy they came through for us tonight.
3 victories in a row, 3 very different victories.
Yes.
What do you think that says about your team and where you're at this point of the season?
Yeah, I just think, like I said something in the Buck, like, I remember when he was on the other team for the last couple of years, they would, they would have an incredible record. They'd win, a ton of games, and they'd just squeak out one every once in a while that was really ugly. And you just get so mad, and how did they get that one? And I feel like that's kind of win that we kind of snuck out with this time around. So it's good to be on the other side of that.
One last one for you. You passed Jerry Detillo for second place on all-time passing yards by a Canadian quarterback tonight. Does that mean something to you?
No, but I think it does mean a lot to me. But when I was going to say, I appreciate Baker not telling me about any of these. I got enough to focus on right now. But no, obviously, like anytime that kind of stuff happens, I think it does give you a moment to pause and say, like, it's cool. There's a bigger thing than just this season. Is being able to represent Canadian football, and a lot of great Canadian quarterbacks, and I think it's been cool for me. Like every time, I think I'm learning a little bit more about the game and the players that came before me, and that's always something special for me. So I'm honored, and it's always never something you're shooting for, I would say, but it's always something cool when it happens. Yeah.
The 3 interceptions. What were you seeing on them? I gotta be the bad guy.
Let me see. Let me think. I've done such a good job with my short-term memory that I might have forgotten. Well, I know one of them I just threw it high. The one over to Stanley. The first one was I just left it short. We've ran that play a couple times this year, and the corner's not been open, and it was actually open this time, and just left it short for Justin, and that's not good. And then. Yeah, the one before half was just another missed throw. So, I think positively, I think I had some really good throws today. I think I did a lot of good things. I think, whenever you're not passing the ball as well as you'd like, I think it's good to be able to make impacts in other ways on the run and be able to manage the game and, some things that I'd like to do differently and stuff like that. But I thought I was seeing it well. I think I was going to the right places. I just got to make a couple more throws and got a couple of days off, and we'll make those corrections and get back to look forward to Calgary.
We all know there was a lot going on this week. There are going to be people out there who point to those interceptions and say, was he distracted? Was he not all focused? What would you say in response to those people?
And then you're not one of those people, right? No, I'm just joking. There was definitely a lot going on. But, I think 24 I was dealing with a lot too. and I think I'm dealing with it a lot better this time around. So I think obviously everyone else probably won't be able to see that difference, but I'm incredibly proud of the steps I've taken in my personal life to be able to prepare and work and show up to work every single day and be a leader in this locker room. And, it might not always look like be the prettiest game, but to me, I feel like I've come a long way, and I wouldn't change a thing with the way I've dealt with things this week. And I think that's important. So, yeah, I mean, again, I'm hoping that this it's not a reoccurring thing for sure. I'll make sure that that's not a thing, but I certainly feel like I'm doing better. So I think there's a lot of positive to take away from it as well.
A couple of really impactful sneaks
Mm-hmm.
on that final drive.
Mm-hmm.
Other coaches might have gone conservative there, trying
Mm-hmm.
to kick the field goal
Mm-hmm.
to go up 8. What did it mean to you that Buck put the ball in your hands on both of those occasions?
Yeah, I appreciate the trust. Obviously, I think our offensive line was really instilling their will late in that game. So super proud of them. I mean, obviously, everyone knows the short yardage is not a. That's the ultimate team play in a lot of ways. If you don't get a push, and that team did a really good job the first time around, and so we knew we were up for a challenge. They got some really big bodies, some savvy linebackers who know how to track a ball carrier. It was not, they had their hands full for sure, and they were up for the challenge. And so, everyone's got a role to play in that. And I'm glad that with the way that the game went, that we were able to end it offensively on the field. That's what you really want at the end of the day. And no doubt in my mind that, if we had to, turn the ball over and it was defense, they would have won the game for us, but you never wanted to come to that. And so I was proud that he was trusting us, and especially with the way it went. I think it was a big win for us.
And last one, what did you think about your twin on the defensive side of the ball? His first start in his first career interception.
Yeah, it was awesome. He's been a little pest for me at practice. he picked me off one too many times. So he's doing a really good job, and he's learning a lot. You can tell like the way that he's picking things up is good. I mean, it's a big loss, and when Cribbo he goes down, you never like to see that. And but it's always good when someone else can step up for you and make some plays and play as well as he did. So that's a big one. We'll be needing those plays from him.